What is going on, guys? My name is Moto, and today we're going to be watching another MXGP2 DLC track review here today on my channel. Now, this one is going to be the Honda Grand Prix of Brazil, except obviously there is the motocross because, yeah. So, the track today is going to be, obviously, Betto Coraro in Brazil, and, yeah, so this is obviously one of the tracks that was in the original game, so let's just hop right on into the laps. So yes, I have handguards on. Yes, I know, it's sad. I think I might do a first-person lap on this track. Okay, already crashing in the first corner. This track is a lot better, in my opinion, than it was in GP1. And I'll tell you why. So, basically, throughout this whole track, there really are a lot of bumps on GP1. Where, like, if I was going into the corner, I couldn't lean like that into the corner on GP1. But I'm able to do it on here because they've chilled it out. There are not as many, like, bumps. There's not as many ruts on the face of these jumps. You have to make the ruts yourself. And that's what's really nice about the game. Of course, there's, like, the grooves there. And yes, I just said the. I don't know why. But there's a lot of grooves. There's some parts of the track that obviously have that small grooving into them, but that doesn't take away from this amazing track. Now, this triple has always been hard. It was hard to hit perfectly in GP1, and it's still kind of difficult in this game. Now, it's not as hard, in my opinion. It's just not as difficult. So this sweeper was a lot easier to hit on GP1, and this corner was a lot easier to hit on GP1 as well. But it's still fairly nice. The track's a lot thinner in that area, and you can't go off track as much because you will literally be screwed. So that, I don't remember it being so tight on GP1. These whoops were a lot bigger in GP1 as well, and the inside line has always been preferred. Don't remember that roller, but it was probably there. And then you have this, and now I remember this jump, but I always thought it was a big triple, but I guess it's not, and they still kind of have that raised part of the face of the jump in it. So yeah, alright, so we're gonna hop into first person here and do the first lap in first person, because why not? So gonna go into a right left in the first corner. Gonna hit 3 rollers. I would imagine that some people are probably doubling in there. A little bit difficult to do. So then you're gonna have a sweeping right-hander, as like I call it, even though it is a straightaway. You're gonna sweep it into a, I believe that was a double back there. I'm not sure. My eyes are just crazy. And then you hit some whoops. And then a roller, which I have doubled before there. It's a lot faster than what I just kind of did. So, and then this line is always very tricky to hit since it is an off-camber corner, like the whole way. All right, come on now, man. It's an off-camber corner in which you can really mess up a lot in. This corner has always been like a preferred line to go outside. This double there is very hard to hit, and it was hard to hit in GP1 from what I remember. And you come up, and oh, I didn't case it that time. So that's triple. Obviously, there's a roller there, which is really annoying because that can catch you off guard and make it so you case the living crap out of that triple. Oh, I'm about to go down. Okay, never mind. So you're gonna have these sweeper kind of corners. It's really hard to kind of go through this area without messing up. And of course, I'm not used to the first-person camera, so we're gonna obviously have one more lap in third person where I'll probably be going a lot faster and a lot smoother. Into left right with some whoops, like I explained in the last one. And there's the roller there, but I didn't remember that being there. I thought it was always a flat corner that you would go inside of, and it would be nice. So hitting this double again in first person. This track overall is a lot better looking too, because I remember Betto Coraro on GP1 was probably the most vomit looking track. Like, it just looked like somebody had really bad, like, vomit and just puked everywhere, and the dirt was like really bright orange, and it was gross. I'll probably do a track comparison there, definitely, with this track. Obviously not today. We're just going to be going over this track first, so you get a kind of an idea if you don't know what this track looks like and you are interested in buying it. Honestly, it's worth it. It's a very good track. Definitely one of my favorites from GP1. Of course, it wasn't my favorite. As you probably know, Agueda and Kagums were really my two big favorite tracks in a sense. You know, I really enjoyed those, and you know, I don't know. Something about those 2 tracks was just really nice to me. I like the way they flowed. They said flowed. I think that's the right word. Yeah, flowed. And overall, they just fit really well into it. So this track was always a really difficult one for me to kind of get down. But I always like a challenge, so I've enjoyed it a good amount. And what I mean by this is a difficult section is because you used to be able to sweep out really hard and then cut in, and then you'd have less of this, like, the corners here are a lot more angled. So we're going to rewind there. And the banks here were not there. I believe they were, like, that might have been on the inside here, but they weren't on this outside here. You could cut in perfectly right there. And normally you'd sweep out right to the edge of this and kind of struggle to get over that, even though it really is pretty small. These loops are always been tricky, especially on GP1 they were pretty tricky, but they're really not a challenge on this game. They toned them down a lot, which is really nice because you don't want them to be too challenging, because then it's just going to catch people off guard, and it's like, well, why is it that those small loops are so challenging? So anyway, guys, that's going to wrap up this last lap on third person. So overall, my rating on this track is definitely a solid, like, I don't even know. If I was rated on a number scale, I'd probably say it's a solid, I don't know, like 8 in the remastered version of it. The first version, of course, is probably a little bit lower, because now, considering that I've played the remastered version, but there's a couple tracks that I'd put ahead of this, but I'm not sure too much. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, go ahead, leave a like, rating, comment down below what you want to see in a future video. To let you know, I am working on an online Supercross video. Just going to have to get some people in a group and do that where I'm not bored with Supercross, because at the moment I'm kind of having a little boredom. Like, I'm not feeling Supercross, so I'm going to be pumping that out, and then also I need to know what I need to be pushing out for more videos. Also, guys, I'm going to leave my proper Twitch and my Twitter in the description. Now, I'm aware now, I've been putting the wrong Twitch in the description. I'm not putting a certain underscore where it needs to be. So, normally I'm putting I'm Moto with no underscore in between I'm and Moto, and that's wrong. So I'm sorry about that, guys. You guys might be trying to follow the stream. It's just not been going through, obviously. So, anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed it. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Anyway, guys, my name is Moto. Peace.